Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to do a year-end review or year-end planner lineup or year-end notebook lineup, whatever you want to call it, and how is it going. First up, I think I stuck to the exact plan of what I had set out to do at the year start, and I'm very happy. And sort of, I found my planner bliss because I really love the current system that I'm in, and I do not want to make a lot of changes. um, First thing that I have used very consistently and has definitely helped me is my Neora Accomplish weekly planner. This is the undated version because I think last year, I don't remember why did I buy the undated version, but last year I decided to go with an undated version. This is the Accomplish hardcover undated planner, but I've used this through the year. This is mid-November when I'm filming this. Of course, I will blur a lot of contents which is inside, but you'll know how much I've used it. This is, of course, my name page. I have not used the vision board whatsoever, and I don't decide to actually use it also because I think I'm just over vision boards. I don't see them on a regular basis. They don't inspire me anymore. There is a lot of journaling that I do where some days I actually do a manifesting journaling. Let me know if you want to go into details of how what I journal, how I journal, etc. etc. So now this is the monthly pages. January, February, March. As you can see, I was consistent. I was really consistent. This is April. This is May. This is directly October. I didn't do anything in June, July, or August or September. This is November. And yeah, December I have not set it up. But as you can see, I have filled the entire December up in hopes to definitely use this. Then I have my January weekly pages, and you see how consistent I have been. If you can see here, you would know the kind of consistency. And some days, like this week, I have barely used it, but there is a definite to do list that I have created. There is no week that has gone by. Sometimes I've used it, and this is, I think I had filmed this. This was my holiday planning spread. I absolutely loved it. I absolutely loved it. Um, but as you can see, I have been extremely consistent. When I say extremely every day consistent. Even if it didn't have the time to decorate, I had time to just like this spread. I think this week I didn't have time to decorate. I'd just gone ahead and wrote my to-do lists, a lot of things to do, etc. And I think I've been pretty consistent. I loved every page of this book. And again, a week, I think a lot of weeks in the middle that I have not decorated my planner, but I absolutely love it. And I have used, I think most of the stickers that I've used here are from my Happy Planner sticker books. And those sticker books have eased my life. I know I have too many stickers from Happy Planner. I think I have put in 3 orders so far, and they have been extremely expensive, but I'm absolutely happy with how it has turned out. So this is the week of November, and as you can see, this week also has been extremely busy, so you would see a lot of written word, right? Then I have the notes pages, and you would see I have written a lot of notes. So these are mostly meeting notes. I would love it if it was between the two pages. Like if this is my week, for example, if this is my week and I have two notes pages right here, that would work really well. I think that is the reason I'm still this year contemplating the weekly planner from Neora. But yeah, this is all the notes. I'm not going through these notes because this is just pen and paper. Lots and lots of notes pages have been filled. It's still going on. So yeah, so many notes pages. I created myself a sort of Kanban Trello board or something like that. I'm using sticky notes. From sticky notes, currently what is planned, doing, and done. But in my own way, with whatever my office workflow allows me, I have created this sticky note pages at the end for myself. And this has worked so much for my productivity, it is not funny. But currently this is very customized to my workflow, the work that I do in my corporate job. So I'm not sure if this will help anyone, but it is a basic sticky note changing place of what is your planned activities, what are you currently doing this week, and what is done. So you will have like a sort of a visual way of knowing what tasks are pending, what tasks are in pipe, and what tasks are done, so that if there is a conversation that you're doing with someone and you have a right answer at even in a quick moment, or at the end of a year when you are up for um, review, you know what are the exact tasks, what are the major projects did you finish, and things like that. But this is for me, the way it is spread out is very very um, niche to how my workflow works. But this is in nutshell how it works, but this has been super super helpful. As you can see, my planner is super chunky, and I this pen stays here. Of course, you guys must be knowing by now, this is the Pentel Energel. I use this, just this one pen, um, and I use this pen so much that everybody in my office has shifted to this. My office stationery only carries Pentel Energel, so that is how much I love this pen. So this is my weekly planner. This is the most important planner. I do not leave home without this on all work days. Only place that this planner is put down is on the weekends. I have a lot of my weekends to do list also here, so over on weekends also sometimes I have to open this book. That is how much I use that planner. Next is obviously my accomplished daily planner, which is not a planner for me, it is a journal. Now for this journal, I started really well, right? I had my period tracker here, a lot of my trackers here. I completely fell off the wagon on these trackers. I think I didn't I think a month possibly I was in this trackers. I completely fell off the wagon on the trackers, and to be honest, I want to simplify my system as much as possible. I'm not going to set up any trackers for the next year. It is just going to be what works for me instead of setting a lot of trackers, because I realized that step trackers, my pedometer really tracks that. All the family time trackers and all of that, I realize I'm making myself too mechanical when I'm tracking that. So I stopped doing that as well. Water intake, all of that. I think I have gotten into sort of a groove that I know what works. So for work tracker, I have a lot of tools from Office that work really well for me. So I have completely now switched to digital tracking tools for my work, and for personal life I've stopped tracking everything. The reason being, when I used to pick up my tracking book, which was this journal, I used to ask myself a lot of questions, like did I spend enough time with my loved ones, did I walk enough steps, all of those, right? Those are really questions that you do not want to then jog your head around at night when you're trying to wind down. So that is the reason I completely stopped the trackers. If you like the trackers, and if you want to use your planners or journals to sort of make you accountable, then that is good for you. I think I'm pretty consistent with whatever I'm doing. I have a very very good routine, weekdays, weekends, because I wake up really early. My son goes to school at about 6:15 in the morning, so I don't need to set a lot of processes for me, because the processes revolve around my son's school, my office hours, all of that. So I have a pretty set routine which just does not change very often. So I don't need so many trackers. Actually, this entire year, the amount of time and energy that I've put on just sorting the meal planning routine for me. Of course, I'm very privileged. I have a cook that helps me, but at the same time, I'm a working mother. I have a lot of responsibilities. So, generally, what to cook was a very big question. And in the process, a lot of my family would end up eating not so healthy food. And since we are vegetarians, zero protein essentially. So now I have a very, very set way. Let me know if you want to make a video on how I have really gone ahead and setting that entire schedule up, right? So let me know. I'm absolutely okay sharing that. Sorry, coming to the topic, this is the trackers which did not get used at all. Then I have my monthlies. I really started strong with really very very pretty decorations. I loved. So I wrote one line a day for this, and then June I fell off. July I didn't a little bit of September here and there. Then I have October. Wow, October I was super consistent, but no sort of stickers or anything on that lines. Then I have November, which is currently, as we are in mid November, I have pretty much been consistent. I would not say very consistent. This is my weekly. I was so focused on writing what went well and what did not go well every single week. But this year was very weird. I'm not an outgoing person. I'm generally a home person, but weekends were really, really busy. I have no clue how. How did I have so many social engagements? My son's social life is much better than half of adults that I know's social life. He had a lot of birthdays and a lot of events and tournaments and God knows what not. So my weekends were really busy. So I really couldn't be consistent. So this is January. I was very consistent during January. This is February. I really love these spreads. This is so pretty. I would want to get back to them, which I did in September, directly from March to September. And I love this spread. This is so pretty. It is very functional. I'm sure I'm blurring all of this out, but I had a lot of scrolling. Washed my hair. I did some self care. I played with planners. It was somebody's birthday. Somebody was not keeping well. I did a lot of financial tracking. Just look at the amount of things that I did this weekend. Right, my son obviously went for a birthday party. There is so many things that I did this week. So I absolutely love this spread. This is such a functional spread. Just by stickers, I can tell you what did I exactly do this weekend. But I was not consistent. I would love to create those spreads because just looking at those spreads, I could know so many things just that week. This is the Diwali week, the 28th to the 3rd, and I can see so many cute things. I think next year I will be consistent on the weekly sort of pages. I, if not weekly, then just monthly, whatever works, right? But I will force myself actually to do this. I absolutely love this. This is my daily pages. So daily pages, I'm very proud of how consistent I have been. You wouldn't see a lot of decorations, and some days I did, obviously. And the start of the year is generally heavy sticker heavy, and some days just went by. I'm okay, even if I journal half days of the year. So, say about 150, 200 days, I'm absolutely okay. But here I was super consistent. I'm very happy. This is all February. And some days I've just clicked or stuck whatever my son's made for me. And most of this, there are stickers still. I mean, still in February. I have just resorted to pen and paper, but I have journaled, which is a superb thing. I'm really proud of myself. Some days I've just written one line, the highlight or whatever is really odd for me. I'm in April, by the way, right now. And as you can see, I was super consistent. And here goes non consistency. Oh, not too bad. Just a week in April. Wow. Wow, I'm so happy. This is May. And as you can see, some days in May are also blank. Okay. This was again a birthday party that I had attended with my son. Oh, yeah. In July, what I did is I just went ahead and decorated a bunch of pages just for myself and just to make me consistent because I was losing consistency. Uh, and I love this. Obviously, there are some days which are completely blank as well, but I love it. This actually boosted a little bit of something in me, and I'm still consistent. Oh God, look at this. How much I've written. That is unbelievable. I think in July again I was almost half a month of July and some days in August. Yeah, and pretty much entirety of August. Again, I got consistent with September. I think not. Again, September has been inconsistent. End of September, I started. journaling again. So as you can see, half a month here and there. First half of the year was being very, very consistent. And the second half, oh, I started decorating again. This is very recent. No, just one page of decoration, which is okay. And that's fine. This is October. November again, I was consistent. Okay. Yeah, this is the recent ones. I'm really liking it. So yeah, this is day before yesterday, and this is the yesterday's entry. So I'm really proud of me. I have accomplished the task of at least 200 days of journaling in the entire year, and I have been consistent. So I'm very happy. The last pages, I have not used any of these last pages. I think I did a pen test, and that's it. I don't use the habit trackers here. Very little is left. So I'm absolutely in love with this, and I will be consistent with journaling. And this is what really heals me. Sometimes I go really in deep and have detailed discussion with myself, and sometimes it's just very superficial. Sometimes it's decorative, depending on whatever is my mood. But most of the days, I think in the second half of the year, I have been less decorative and just using this as a journal, which also I'm not really sad about. So I'm really happy, and I will be consistent with a daily journaling habit. And the reason that I use a dated planner, of course, you can tell me that, why don't you just go ahead and use a plain book? Of course, that is possible. But if there is a date here, mentally it makes me more accountable. And on the dates that I have not written, I can see that I have not written for a lot of days. It's just a mental accountability, and I love that for myself. And that is the reason I continuously use this particular planner for me. The next planner on my lineup, or next book on my lineup, is my 5-year journal. Again, this I am extremely proud to report that I have been absolutely consistent. Of course, there would be days, weeks that I was not consistent, right? But I would go back and fill it in. And I'm happy to report that mostly in this book, I have not missed more than 5 or 10 days. Again, those may be the traveling days. I don't take this book when I'm traveling out, but this book has helped up really well. Pretty much every day of use, even if it is for 2 minutes. I really love this book. Absolutely, absolutely would recommend for you to get this. This is an Amazon find. I have been consistent for 2 years in this. It has been 2 years, and this is not lost shape. Does not feel awkward to write on the last pages, does not feel awkward to write on the first pages. Nothing, nothing. This book is an absolutely brilliant book to have. I would highly recommend. It's not too big. It is slightly lesser than an A6 size. I would highly recommend getting this book. You would not regret it. Anyways, I can't stop talking about it. The next book on this list is this very rundown book. This was where I used to write a lot of my book reviews, or rather book learnings that I used to put in, and I have been using this for 2-3 years now, right? Let me see, what was the first entry. First entry was 2021, so almost 4 years now, which I'm really happy about. And I have reviewed tons of books. Actually, more than review, I have written a lot of things that I have learned from those books. Review, I don't really review books per se, but I really want to remember what was taught and what has happened and etc. So I loved this book so much, and I wanted to use this book in much more greater details, and very little pages are anyways left. So what I started doing this is using this book as collection pages. So this is, as I said earlier in the video, that I have sorted my meal planning to a great extent, right? So this is where I have my breakfast ideas, I have my lunch ideas, Sunday lunch ideas, high protein lunch, and things like that. So I've put in all the options. So when I am planning for the month, and I do plan for the entire month, the entire meal plan, so that is when I use this, and I alternate between things. So I absolutely, absolutely love the usage of this book. The cover has completely destroyed. I don't know whether this, I'm definitely sure this is not the original leather cover, but somebody had gifted us, and I absolutely loved this. But now I think I have to take the book out, and this leather cover needs to retire, which is okay. It served me well for 4 years, and I have used this very consistently. If you go and check my planner or notebook lineup, even from 4 years ago, this has served me well from then, and I absolutely still love it. Now this is just creating a lot of mess, but I'm not ready to let it go yet. This was my planner wrap up more than lineup for 2024, and I'm very proud that I did not leave a planner. I have found sort of my planner bliss. I know what's working for me. Unless there's a major shift in the lifestyle that I'm living, I think this would be the consistent planner lineup that I will have every year. I'm really happy with how this entire system is working for me. So let me know if you have any questions. I'm going to start sort of a planner marathon series where I will cover a lot of planners that are available in the Indian market. Let me know if you want me to cover a particular planner that you're liking, a particular planner that you've already bought. I'll be happy to cover them. So thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Bye now.